It's really hard to make plans when you don't have a phone.
It sucked.
It was like very stressful.
And I felt the need, a strong urge to text them back, and I couldn't.
I was without my baby.
Well, what happened when my screen broke was I was walking down the sidewalk and I see some of my friends that they were carrying a big futon. And there were only 2 girls. So I was like, okay, they're girls, so they need help. So I was like, all right, I'll be nice. I'll help them. And my phone was in the center pocket of my sweatshirt. Not this sweatshirt, but a hoodie. And so as I bent over to help them, my phone slipped out and I picked it up and it was cracked. All I was trying to do was be a good Samaritan. But God punished me by cracking my phone. I felt disconnected and I felt very awkward at times, like because there's so many times when you're alone and you just like automatically look at your phone when you're just doing nothing, like to pass time. That was the biggest thing that I noticed, is like times where I pretended to use my phone. Kind of sucked. It was a long 3 days, I think.
Well, my phone didn't actually break, but I was in Argentina 2 summers ago, and I don't have an international phone plan. So instead of paying the $10 to upgrade it, my dad decided not to, so... Well, it's really hard to make plans when you don't have a phone because you don't know where anyone else is, and I felt like I was missing a part of myself, like an extension of my hand was gone, and it's kind of lonely. I couldn't use my phone for 5 weeks.
I lose my phone all the time, though.
For days.
It taken away by my parents for days.
What's that like?
It sucked. But it was when I only texted one person. That's why they took it away from me, because they were pissed at me for texting that one person. So I couldn't talk to that one person.
One time I was in a cornfield, I dropped it, and it was gone for 3 days.
I got a new phone, and like technically my phone like was kind of working, but I didn't have any of my contacts. So like basically it was just like stupid like for even having it, I don't know. But I had to go pick my mom from the airport, and it was like the most stressful thing in my life because like I couldn't call her, and like I like went around like the roundabout like a bazillion times, and I like didn't know what I was doing, and like I took like wrong turns, and I was in some like random neighborhood. I don't know, it was really bad. It was like very stressful. I think it was probably like an hour and a half.
Well, there was this one time, a couple weeks ago, when I visited my friend's house, and she lives in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, and there was no cell reception, and I had to go without my cell phone. I know, it was bad. And at first I was like dying, and I was like, oh my god, how am I not going to like communicate with the outside world? And I was freaking out. Because there were all these people that were texting me, and I felt the need, a strong urge to text them back, and I couldn't. But after a while, I felt like it was kind of like relieving to be without them for a little while, and I could just focus more on what I was doing and not like capturing every moment and like taking pictures and telling everyone about it. And it was just, I felt like it ended up being a way more relaxed weekend without it, I think. And it was just like less to worry about. Like you could focus on the people that you were with instead of the people that weren't like actually with you. For like 3 days.
Well, I never have been without my phone for very long, but my phone isn't very good and it freezes all the time. And when it freezes, I always have to take my battery out, and it takes about half an hour to turn back on. So that's the extent of being phoneless. It's very frustrating because it happens a lot, and I also don't receive text when it turns back on, so I never actually get messages that people send.
Oh,
So
I
I lose
see.
contact with the world. At least once a day.
Well, this summer I was in Europe for 12 days and I didn't have my phone. But it really wasn't that bad because I expected it from the beginning. But still it sucked because I couldn't talk to anyone except for those people who were with me. It was really kind of depressing. But then, it wasn't as bad as last night when I went to Steak and Shake and I forgot my phone in my dorm. So therefore I was without my baby. And I didn't expect it, so everyone who I was talking to at the time just thought I was ignoring them, and really, I just couldn't talk to them at the time. So I had to tell my other friends to text my friend who I was talking to, so they knew I wasn't ignoring them.